guys, so welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to show you how to create this beautiful cinema booking landing page using Fable 5 and Opus 5 directly in Code. I'm going to show you the workflow, how I build it, and the new trick, which is instead of giving AI an image or video, I'm going to give it a link, not a website link, but a X link. So let's jump into it. So the idea behind this tutorial came from someone I saw recently. So someone literally took a link from X and asked Opus 5 to reproduce what was in the post. A website link, that makes sense, but an X link? I was honestly surprised. So today I'm going to test it with you and see how well it's worked. So I'm going to use Claude Code with Opus 5 and Fable 5. You can also try this with Codex using GPT 5.6 Sol. It's worked too, but from my test, the result is not as good right away. You will probably need to refine it a little bit. So I don't only use Claude Code or Codex, I also use AI builder like aura.build. Right now, I cannot do this exact trick in Aura with an X link, but I can give Aura a website link and it can take a screenshot of the landing page, create a design.md, and even generate a prompt for me based on it. I actually use AI Builder a lot, especially when I'm creating SaaS landing page or when I need to polish a specific component like chart. Also, it let me work with different AI model in one place. I love combining GPT Soul for visual and Opus 5 for animation and motion interaction. I also have my own component library, so I don't need to build everything from scratch. When I want to adjust the visual direction, I can simply update the design.md file from aura.build. I can select the exact section or component I want and keep working on just that part. So let's jump into X. I want to build a movie booking website and I need some inspiration for a ticket component. So I found this post. So I'm just going to copy the link. It doesn't very fit a cinema website yet, but it's a great starting point. So I subscribe to Claude Max just for this month because I want to use Fable 5. So I'm trying to build as many things as possible while I have it. So for this test, I'm going to give the same link to both Opus 5 and Fable 5 just to compare them and see if Fable 5 is very worth paying for every month. And as to reproduce it as closely as possible, first, I simply want to see whether it can understand and rebuild the 3D ticket, roll, and reproduce animation. I want an HTML. Claude and Codex are very good at analyzing video and link and creating more complex on-scroll experience. And there's something that Claude don't have is the ability to create asset for me. That's why I very love Codex because when I use Codex, it create an asset for me, the images, illustration, etc. But the real question is, if you don't have the Max plan, it is more worth it to subscribe to Max or simply use Opus 5, which is already very good, can easily get the job done. Right, so Fable 5 was the fastest, so let's take a look. Oh, whoa. So it create a 3D ticket roll that actually look better than the original. So the animation is not exactly the same because the original roll is standing on this side and this one is lying down. But I still very like the result. That's cute. When you cut the ticket, you can even see the scissor up here. It's still missing a small detail to make it more complete, but so far, very nice. So it even add a sound. So let's take a look at Opus. Oh, it's actually still generating. So one thing that I have noticed is that working directly with Claude Code or Codex take longer to generate compared to AI Builder. I don't know if you have noticed the same thing, but for me, AI Builder usually more faster. I want to make something very clear. My goal is not to teach you how to steal someone else's work. My goal is to teach you how to get inspiration. Designers have always learned by studying other designers. We all get inspiration from each other. Otherwise, what's the point of admiring great work if you cannot learn from it? Personally, I actually feel proud when someone is inspired by my work or share one of my designs. So it's very important to understand the difference between taking inspiration and copying someone's work. You will probably recognize people online who actually copy work without changing anything. So please don't do that. Now let's look at Opus. Opus looked much closer to the original. It did not try to improve the design. It simply reproduced it more faithfully. The result is still incredible. Opus did not fully reproduce the part where the ticket get pulled and cut. You can see that something is broken. So I will probably need one more iteration to refine that interaction. Now let's compare the result. I think Fable 5 is faster and feel a little more realistic. Opus 5 is also amazing and in some case it actually stays closer to the original reference. Honestly, both models are incredible good. If you want absolute best quality, Shopify is still the best. But if you only want to have Opus 5, I think you will be completely fine. I could easily survive using only Opus 5. All right, so before we building the full landing page, let's modify the ticket row. So here is the prompt. So I made a mistake here, so I type undo that. And I'm going to ask to keep the same 2D ticket row, but adapt it into a cinema ticket. So I'm explaining a little bit how I want the ticket to interact. I definitively want to change the visual design of the ticket roll. I don't want to copy the original. So since I'm creating a cinema ticket, I'm going to use the color inspired by cinema here in Montreal, which is black, white, or a kind of light beige or cream red. So I'm going to mention some small detail to make it feel more like a real movie ticket. So you need to be as detailed as possible in your prompt, or to make things easier, you can just give a screenshot of your inspiration instead of writing a super long prompt. So Fable 5 is faster, so let's take a closer look. So that's very good. And I'm going to look at Opus 5 too. That's good too. I love the visual, but you can see that something is not working with the interaction. So next, I'm going to write a mega long prompt because now I want to build a full landing page for the cinema booking experience. So I'm going to keep the same 3D ticket roll, but instead of making it the main focus of the website, I want to integrate it into one of the sections. Then I explain a little bit the overall direction. I want a premium cinema, a VIP experience, modern, immersive. Also, I mentioned the color palette. I want the website feel consistent. After that, I describe the section flow and what I want to see as I scroll to the page. So it's pretty long prompt, but let's try it. And after that, I'm just going to keep refining it till I get the result I want. So here is my first result from the first iteration. As you can see, we already have a pretty good starting point, but it can definitively be better, right? And here is the improved version. So I spent a little more time refining it, but honestly, I could spend even more time on it, the better your website is going to be. And that's pretty much it. Everything start from one post I find on X, and we end up with a complete cinema booking landing page with a totally different visual and direction. So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that you like and enjoy. See you in the next one. Bye.